before we get into this review, I want to thank you guys for all your patience and apologize for taking so long to upload. But I really wanted to sink myself into Call of Duty Black Ops 4 before I made this review of the game. But I've put many hours into multiplayer, Blackout, and zombies, and I must say that I am ready to make this review now. I will be talking about all the categories of Call of Duty Black Ops 4 between multiplayer, Blackout, and zombies. And then at the end, I will give my final impressions and score for this game, to hopefully help others out there decide if they should pick this game up. Let's get into it. We will start this video off with the multiplayer, easily my favorite part of every single Call of Duty game. Call of Duty is a very simple formula to follow, close to medium quarter combat, fast-paced action, and also a constant flow of action as well. Now obviously the style of gameplay isn't for everyone, but if you don't enjoy it, then obviously you probably would not be watching this video. But first thing is first, the gameplay is amazing. Honestly, I'm not even saying this from a honeymoon phase. This game is awesome. I played the multiplayer throughout the whole beta, and have pretty much played this game non-stop for the past 3 days as well. And I am not even the slightest bit burnt out yet. Usually within 1 to 2 days, the honeymoon phase begins to fade away, and I begin to get easily frustrated with the game. But when I'm playing Black Ops 4 and I have a god-awful match, I still don't get that angry. I genuinely enjoy playing this Call of Duty title. But why? How come this game plays so much better compared to any other typical Call of Duty game? Because Treyarch has the balls to actually mess with the core gameplay, and that is the health. If you play Call of Duty, you probably already know what makes the game so fast-paced and action-packed. That is the time to kill. Call of Duty easily has the fastest time to kill compared to all of the other FPS titles out there. Even quicker than Rainbow Six Siege, unless you can smack those headshots. But Treyarch says, screw it. They want change? They are going to get change. Treyarch then changes the health from 100 up to 150, which is a huge increase, also allowing you to stack armor on top of the 150 health. Now I don't care too much for the armor. I think it should still be worked on and made weaker both in multiplayer and Blackout. But 150 health feels nice to me. I know a lot of people don't enjoy having to hit people so many times, but I enjoy it. It adds an additional layer of skill onto the game, allowing competitive players like myself to have something fresh with COD, an interesting new learning curve to spice up the game. It is also manageable for casual players as well. It is not completely game-breaking, and it feels insanely satisfying to kill someone in this game, since it takes just a few more shots to take a person down. So when you get 3, 4, or even 5 kills in a row, it shows a lot more skill and how well a person can aim. There's no more just shooting anything you see, or shooting someone in the foot 3 times to kill them. You have to try to aim for the chest shots or even headshots to finish people a little quicker, which I prefer personally because in my opinion, this takes out all the random deaths, like dying from random grenades or even shooting first but getting snapped on. If you die in a gunfight, more than likely the other player outplayed you instead of it being some random death. They also added in a self-heal system, which allows you to choose your own health regen times. I personally think this also adds another positive and welcome layer into the Call of Duty formula. This does not take anything bad away from Call of Duty, honestly it just makes it better. I find myself being able to heal much quicker compared to past Call of Duty titles, allowing me to continue pushing enemies and continuing 6 streaks without having to sit back and wait for my health to regenerate. Because in games like Call of Duty, health really does matter. And if you have less health than your opponent, instead of it being an even 100 versus 100 health fight, you will be at a massive disadvantage. To be honest, I would love to see them keep this feature in future Call of Duty titles. I personally love it. It could pretty much work in any time period. For example, modern day. They could give you bandages, and the animation could be you quickly wrapping it around your arm, or something of that sort. I know the idea is kind of out, but in the hands of Infinity Ward or Treyarch, I think they could really make it to work. They also remastered maps. This is huge for Call of Duty because every time they remastered maps, they screwed everything up. Every single time they decided to remaster something, they changed the theme, the props, the flow, everything that made the map good, they took away. But in Black Ops 4, the maps are the exact same. Firing range is firing range. Slums is slums. Literally all of the maps are the exact replica from the original games. I appreciate this touch into the game because honestly, I was thinking that Treyarch was being lazy for advertising so many new maps, but a good portion of them were just going to be crappy remastered maps. I guess I'm just so used to Call of Duty taking such amazing fan favorite maps and ruining them. But Treyarch 100% pleased this time. These maps are gorgeous, and literally when I first loaded up Jungle, I was amazed. I couldn't even play the game without looking around at all of the cool and unique details. Thank you, Treyarch. Seriously, thank you. I can't even express how happy I am that we finally can play some good remastered maps in a Call of Duty game again. The class system is the traditional Call of Duty class system, revolving around the Pick-10 system. There are not many weapons to choose from either, but I am assuming all of those weapons will be included later on if you're willing to cough up some money. Also, the kill streaks aren't that bad either. The Hellstorm and Lightning Strike put in some heavy work, but when you get streaks like the Attack Chopper or your Strike Team, they don't do as much as you would think they would do. Which is frustrating, because why can my manually controlled streaks put in more work than my AI controlled streaks? Personally, I think they should add some more streaks into this game that you can control and get more kills to make the experience just a little bit more fun and exciting, because right now it is really missing out from a lot of the action that the game could possibly have. So far I haven't seen any loot boxes or COD points in the game yet, but they will be implemented soon enough. Especially since the pre-order bonus for this game was COD points, so obviously the crates will be coming later down the road. But honestly, I don't think COD points can kill my feelings for Call of Duty Black Ops 4's multiplayer right now. Everything is going right with it. It is a fast and smooth experience. The time to kill is a little out there and will take some time to get used to, but the gameplay is a lot of fun, and you'll find yourself having a lot more fun and good moments instead of screaming at your monitor for more than half the time you're on. Now it is time for some Blackout. Blackout is the new Battle Royale game mode for Call of Duty, which they decided to hop on the BR hype train as well. I was a little iffy of the game mode at first. I thought it would stray too far away from how Call of Duty feels. But I must say, it feels pretty good for a Call of Duty Battle Royale game. I don't think it is good enough to take out Fortnite, since Fortnite has its own formula going, specifically focusing on building and crafting. But for people like me who enjoy FPS instead of third person, and don't enjoy the building too much, this game is for you. Especially since the only other competitor at the moment for this game is PUBG. But I don't think PUBG will be able to stand up against Blackout too well. Especially since people can run Blackout a lot easier on their consoles and PCs. Also, the gameplay is much more fast-paced, and it has a constant flow of action throughout each match. You never feel like you are completely bored, or you have to wait 2 years for something else to happen in this game mode, which is much different from PUBG, which is pretty much a patience game. Even though I love PUBG, and it will always be insanely close to my heart, I think Blackout is going to have to replace that for me. Solos and duos are capped at 88 players, and quads is capped at 100. Even though I wish solos and duos went up to 100, the game still moves fast enough and still has a lot of action to keep me interested. We can't forget that Battlefield 5 is going to have a Battle Royale game mode as well, and it will be set in World War II, which should be interesting. But we have yet to see actual gameplay, so I can't compare that to Blackout at the moment. They also completely scrapped campaign. Yes, you heard me correctly. The campaign out of the game, completely replacing it with Blackout. That is an insanely bold move, but honestly, I don't know what else they could have done for a Black Ops 4 campaign. And after Black Ops 3, I don't think they would want to do anything else after that. so I think this was the perfect time for a Battle Royale Call of Duty game mode. Activision also claimed that they do not have plans to make any other Battle Royale title in the future Call of Duty games, and the campaigns will return. Blackout will be an ongoing service over the years, so pretty much Blackout will be a permanent competitor with Fortnite and PUBG for the upcoming years. I can definitely see this working out in a positive way for Call of Duty, especially if they can get a dedicated team to work on this game for years to come, putting in fresh content and live events that will change and shake up the environment to change what the current map looks like and plays like. If I had high hopes that Black Ops 4 would have an amazing campaign, then this would really make me angry, and I would not appreciate them taking that out for another Battle Royale game. Honestly, Battle Royale is not rubbing off on me as much as it used to, and I am enjoying multiplayer more in COD and Battlefield. But I still enjoy this genre from time to time, but I 100% knew that the Black Ops 4 campaign would be complete garbage. So I'm not mad that they replaced it with Battle Royale. Right now, as I see it, it's a perfect alternative for PUBG right now for me. As long as they keep the game mode fresh and fun, I will be happy to make more content on it and play some more Blackout. Zombies! Usually I'm not a big fan of zombies. I typically enjoyed zombies back in World at War, when it was all about surviving and seeing how many rounds you could last. But right when Black Ops 2 released, I knew things were slowly changing. But I'm still going to try to be fair with the review for Zombies. Zombies is loaded with content. 4 maps total right from day one, multiple game modes to play around with, created class systems, and plenty of Easter eggs for all of the hardcore zombie fans. I've seen plenty of negative feedback about zombies, about how the zombies are spongy, and there's no jug in the game. But it's still fun in my opinion. Even though I don't really enjoy messing around with too many of the other Easter eggs, I can still kick back and kill some zombies, also enjoying myself. If you're also like me, and you aren't the most hardcore zombies player in the world, sometimes you don't want to play public matches just so you don't slow others down, or have to deal with others being angry with you for not knowing how to solve different parts of the Easter eggs. But if you play private match, you can play with bots too. You can have up to 3 other bots in your lobby, and these bots are amazing. Can rarely die, heal you constantly when you need it, open doors, and also really just help in general when things get tricky. That, in my opinion, is a great touch. Also, there are difficulty levels that you can choose from, which is also an outstanding touch, because some nights I just want to relax and play, not go full out zombie slayer mode. Overall, the Zombies is a solid experience for not only the hardcore zombies players, but also the casual ones as well. Alright, so with all of this being said, how do I feel at the end of the day? The multiplayer is outstanding, might be my favorite multiplayer COD that I've played in years. Very fast paced, but tactical as well. It adds a nice twist to the Call of Duty experience. Blackout is also a great touch to the game. Even though it replaces campaign, it didn't have any negative numbers on the sales of this game. And it seems that the Call of Duty community actually is favoring this mode over a campaign. Then the Zombies, even though I'm not the best at the game mode, I still enjoy to relax and play, which this 100% accomplishes, as well as catering to those who want a true challenge. They made sure that the players who do play zombies year-round will have plenty of content to dabble in, and more to come in the future. I have to say, this is probably one of my favorite Call of Duty titles in years, and I would highly suggest to anyone who doesn't play COD only for the campaign to pick this game up. It is a lot of fun and has plenty of content to play around with for the $60 price. I have to rate this game a 7 out of 10. It is definitely worth playing, but I feel like some content is lacking from the original game itself, and they're holding a lot of the weapons, skins, and other features back from being in this game, pretty much stuffing them in the loot crates. Only time can tell, but other than that, the game is a blast. If you enjoyed the video today, make sure you hit that like button. If you hated it, make sure you dislike. I always love seeing everyone's opinion. Also, leave your comments below about what you think. How do you feel about Call of Duty Black Ops 4? Is it a good game or is it bad? Leave it down below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button to be notified on all of my recent content. Also, you can chat with me on Twitter, @JBowenTheMan. Thank you all for checking this video out, and as always, I appreciate each and every one of you. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.